Morawa, a fabulous town in Western Australia's Midwest. Morawa's main street is lined with shops on one side and colourful murals, banners, gardens and a beautifully restored farm machinery on the other. It's an ideal place to stop and rest a while. This colourful mural was created by a Perth artist who was assisted with the project by students from the Mullewa District High School as part of a youth initiative. The Shire commissioned this landscape mural to a Perth artist. The district of Mullewa was first visited by surveyor A.C. Gregory in 1846, but it wasn't gazetted a town until 1912, when the first farm of wheat and oats was established. Like most Australian country towns, the past is important. This war memorial was built in 1958 in memory of the many men and women from the district who fell during the First and Second World Wars. This is the original police station and lockup. It's now a museum. There are other buildings of interest in Morawa, but the most famous of all is the Catholic Church of the Holy Cross. Designed by Monsignor Hawes, it was inspired by Spanish architecture and built from local stone and red Cordoba tiles. The church is part of the Monsignor Hawes Heritage Trail. Just behind the church is one of the smallest presbyteries in the world. It consists of a single room just big enough to house a small bed. It is apparent that Monsignor Hawes' needs were minimal, and in 1939 he went to the Bahamas where he lived as a hermit until his death in 1956. More comfortable accommodation can be found at Morawa's Caravan Park. It has clean facilities, an on-site caravan, 2 self-contained chalets, shady tent sites and barbecues. In 1966, Australia's first iron ore was mined from the Coolanooka open cut mine, just a few kilometres from Morawa. The mine pit echoed with the sound of heavy machinery and explosions as the ore was blasted free from the rock face, leaving behind an interesting and colourful display. The lookout at the top of the mine offers panoramic views of the pit and surrounding area. Not far from the mine is Coolanooka Springs, a pleasant spot for a picnic. It's believed to have been established as a pastoral watering point in the 1870s, and it was gazetted a recreational reserve in 1932. Wildlife abounds, and in spring the wildflowers are sensational. Throughout the district, numerous walk trails have been established by dedicated locals. As you walk the trail, you will find scores of species of wildflower. While the timing of the wildflower season is dependent on the weather, they are usually at their peak during July to September. Many of the flowers are minute and very delicate. They are sometimes hidden amongst the tinder dry timber, rocks and under shrubs and other flora. For the best experience, leave the car and explore on foot. The unique wreath flowers are often found in the most unexpected places. Here, a passer-by was inspired to pause and remember, lest we forget. Believe it or not, this tin shack was home to Frank Macklin, who's believed to have lost his wife and child during an airtime war strike. He retired here and lived alone with his dogs until his death in 1968, aged 85 years. Belia Rock, another ideal picnic spot, is a large granite outcrop surrounded by bushland. The cairn at the top is reputed to have been placed there by John Forrest as a trigonomical survey point in the early 1870s. Once again, it's a great spot to visit during the spring wildflower season. Morawa, a fabulous town in the heart of Western Australia's Midwest.